Welcome back. So we just get the basic idea about the customization of virtual machine. If you want to explore further option, you can again click on the edit button. Here you can see that again the same window appear in front of you, and if you want to add any other type of device, just click add other device. Here you can see that a number of storage advanced storage options available here. You can add the NVMe controllers, you can add the SATA controllers or the SCSI controllers or DVD or floppy drives. There are tremendous options available related to the virtual machine customization. And if you want to add any other hard disk, you can add from here. So if one hard drive is previously configured with your virtual machine and now you needed another one, so you can add from here. And with the same process you can also create the network adapters, add network adapters from here. Now on the other side we have the VM options. For the purpose of customization we need to click on this option, and here you can see that other customization options related to the virtual infrastructure also available. On the first side, when we look at the journal options, here when we configure this virtual machine, we configure the virtual machine name, we configure the data store location, guest OS, and each and everything. So if you want to customize it, or if you want to change after the installation, you can configure from here. And if I go to the VMware remote console connection, here you can see that log the guest operating system when the last remote user disconnects. So most of the time user logged in with the remote desktop connection, and after that they forgot to log out, they just disconnect the session. So when you checked on this option after the disconnection of the last user, this ESXI hypervisor will automatically log the guest operating system. So for security reasons, this is a tremendous option. You must have to be configure it for the purpose of security. So I just click on this button whenever my user forget to log out from my guest operating system. So this ESXI hypervisor will automatically log the system for the purpose of security. Here you can see that limit the number of simultaneous connections to this virtual machine. It might be 2, 3, 4 or 5. So if it depends on number of team members, so I just here put the number of 3, that I have 3 administrators or virtualization engineers. So that's why for the purpose of security reason I also need to configure this option. On the same side, we will go with the VMware tools later, but right now here you can see that power options available. You can also configure number of power options related to the virtual infrastructure and what will be the behavior on standby with the ESXi infrastructure. And on the downside, when I go to the boot option, here you can see that BIOS option is selected over here. If you want to select the advanced startup options, you can also click on this button, and here UEFI boot option is also available. So it's up to your hardware infrastructure. It selected the BIOS option, which was the legacy system, or if you want to utilize the advanced system, you can select from here. And the same force BIOS setup process, so you need to check on it, and there are other tremendous options available for the purpose of customization. But one thing which is really important related to the virtual infrastructure, you need to check this enable virtualization based security. So the security options which were recommended by the VMware will be automatically implemented by selecting this option. So there are number of, here you can see that EFI secure boot and hardware virtualization will be enabled on the reboot. When we reboot this machine, this all security features will be implemented to this virtual infrastructure. So you have to verify your organization requirement, you have to verify the security parameters related to the virtualization infrastructure, and you need to implement the industry standards whenever you are working with the enterprise data center or virtualization infrastructure. So I hope that you get all the basic customization ideas related to the virtual infrastructure. So let's move further and get more information about this ESXi virtual infrastructure.